Hello, world. It's been a while since I last talked to you all, so thought I would just give a bit of an update on how things are going and what kind of things have been going on in the background and all that. Anyway, I haven't been active on Twitch and YouTube lately just because I've been very distracted by work, as often happens, and also I've been a bit bored and trying to think of what it is that I want to do and all that. So I do have some good news regarding that, though, which is that when it comes to work, I am planning to starting at the end of this year, I am planning to go on sabbatical, which would of course mean that I'm either going to be working part time or just not at all, so I'll have a lot more time for streaming, and hopefully I'll be able to play some over the board chess tournaments. That'll be really exciting and all that stuff. Basically, I kind of started this stream and all that because I really enjoy strategy games and kind of sharing my approaches to them with the world, like sharing my thought processes and how I play various games. I especially like very difficult games and all that. One thing I might do in the future, next year, probably starting in September or something, is I might pursue a master's, might go to grad school or something, because I've been thinking, you know what, I've been kind of looking at all these strategy games as kind of these little puzzles and stuff, and trying to optimize, trying to work out the best way to play them, and why not go pursue a master's in mathematics, because that's pretty much what research mathematics is like. It's very much, you have this set of rules, you have these mathematical objects to work with, whether they be things like numbers or things like graphs, not graphs as in the curves that you sketch in high school. I mean sets of nodes with edges between them, where it's you're kind of playing with little Tinker Toys things. You have objects like numbers or graphs, or even you can have functions or sets, all that stuff, and you're just trying to figure stuff out with them or solve interesting problems with them. And it's I might go for a master's in math or something, or in computer science. I don't know, since my day job is it's related to computer science. And it's a programming job, it's a coding job and all that, because I've just been so bored, and I'm a really technical guy. I like solving technical problems, and at my current workplace, even though I'm very grateful for my time there and all of that, and the experience I got to have, the only real way for me to progress is to go into people management, because when it comes to technical problems, there's kind of nothing left for me to do. So anyway, that's how things are going in personal life and all that. And the take-home point of that is that starting at the end of this year, I might be a lot more active on Twitch. So if you do enjoy what I do here, if you do enjoy how I played Lord of the Rings adventure card game, or Nowhere Prophet, or if you watched my chess streams, or if you like my really cringy Final Fantasy V streams, then I do expect to be more active in 2022. Now, when it comes to when it comes to my actual content, for the near future, so when it comes to chess, I've kind of just from playing around and stuff, I really miss over the board chess, and I really miss slow chess, and you can't really do slow chess very well on the internet, because not only do you have to worry about cheating, it's very easy to cheat in slow chess on the internet, much harder to cheat in speed chess, because you have to play a lot faster and all that. Not only that, but also just the time controls online, it's not really the same. proper slow chess is like game in 90 at least, whereas on the internet you're generally playing game in 30, and there's a much smaller pool of players to play against. And so I'm hoping that I can start playing in over-the-board tournaments and, join my local chess club and, become a bit active in the chess community over there, like maybe try to become a national master. And if I accomplish that, maybe aim higher. I don't know, maybe try to be an IM, maybe even a GM. Although, if I became a GM, I probably would just stop, trying to get higher because, I live in Canada and the Canadian chess scene is not very good. It is not really a realistic place to, be a serious grandmaster or anything like that. Generally, if you've got a very competitive chess grandmaster, like for example, Kevin Spraggett, if they want to aim higher, they gotta move away from Canada. I think he moved to Portugal way back in the day. Kevin Spraggett, I think he actually played in the candidates tournament in the 80s, way back in the day. He was kind of like one of the greatest Canadian chess players of all time. Anyway, I'm getting very sidetracked talking about chess, but the take-home point there is that I'm not going to be doing any chess content on the channel for a while. I might do some self-study and stuff, and if you follow me on Lichess or on chess.com or on Chess24, I've got accounts on all three. You might see me play some games just for fun, but basically in order to get better at chess, I don't really need to be playing rapid games or blitz games or whatever. I need to do a lot more study, and I need to play slow chess, and I think it would be a lot more fun to just do that off stream, play over the board tournaments and all that. Now, when it comes to Nowhere Prophet, I believe I do have one remaining video that I want to upload to the YouTube channel, which I kind of forgot to, but it's an interesting one. It's kind of a bonus video. Oh, it's I still have that one recording of when I played Obstacle Control and I made it all the way to the second form of the final boss, and I just lost. And it's I think people would still like to see that. I think people still would like to see that video, even though in my opinion I played terribly. I think it's still a really funny video for the memes and all of that. So I'm thinking what I might do is I might just call it a bonus video and be like, hey, here's this really crazy strategy you could do that's kind of funny, so why not look at it if you're interested. And I just need to add the chapter timestamps to that. And more importantly for Nowhere Prophet, I still need to finish my single player guide. So that's the next thing I'll be working on, is just publishing a guide that talks about how to beat Nowhere Prophet on doomed difficulty. So that should be the next big thing I do. When it comes to the Lord of the Rings adventure card game, I might also, record some YouTube videos over there. I might do the Garaga expert playthrough series, which I've talked a bit about in the past, since the game, it hasn't really been getting much in the way of new content lately. The development studio is currently prioritizing bug fixes for Lord of the Rings adventure card game. And so as a result, we sadly haven't really seen much in the way of new cards or new heroes and stuff. And I think that's a bit unfortunate. I'm really hoping that they do put forward something by the end of the year, because then that would give me an excuse to make some new content, or make some new and interesting content for that game, since, I quite like that game. I think it's quite fun, and it's a bit unfortunate that the game just never got that big and all that stuff. So, anyway, when it comes to Lord of the Rings adventure card game, I might record some Garaga expert playthroughs, but aside from that, I'm probably not going to be doing anything else over there. Now, when it comes to the Final Fantasy V playthrough, I think I will finish that, but I I kind of look at that content and think it's a little cringy and stuff. I think my jokes are way too silly and way too distracting. And more importantly, like with that game, I'm playing it using an emulator when Square Enix, they actually are releasing a new version of Final Fantasy V. Or they're at least releasing a version to Steam which I think is very similar to the original SNES version, but with updated sprites. So I'm thinking, oh, why don't I just, instead of using an emulator, why don't I do that? But with Final Fantasy V, I was kind of just playing it for fun. Like, it's kind of in a different kind of category of games, since my playthrough there isn't really meant to be a guide. It's more just me playing one of my favorite games of all time and just goofing off and all that. But I might eventually redo it or something and, take it a little bit more seriously or try to have it be a bit more entertaining. I don't know. Well, but I do intend to finish the playthrough that I started. Or that way, anyone who was watching it and was enjoying it can have some closure. And when it comes to the next game that I will do, I do have a game in mind. I will not say what it is, although it is, I will give a hint. It is a game that I have mentioned on my streams in the past as a potential video game alternative to Lord of the Rings adventure card game and Nowhere Prophet. So I might start streaming a new game. Like I do have an idea of some interesting content that I could make for that game that I have in mind, but I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to necessarily get anyone's hopes up just yet. So in summary, the current priority is to finish my Nowhere Prophet single player guide, finish the Final Fantasy V playthroughs, and maybe start a Garaga expert playthrough with Lord of the Rings adventure card game, but that will be after I finish the other two, and maybe start streaming a new game. I don't know. So yeah, if you're wondering how things are going and what's going on with this channel, I am not dead. It's just, I got some stuff to take care of, and, I'm kind of preparing for the future and all that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time.